Good evening, everybody. My name is Mick, and I'm doing another video tonight, this one on masks, part 2. I did one not too long ago about masks and the variety of different kinds that they have out there, but this time I want to talk more in depth about masks and how much a detriment they are or a benefit they are, because we know all about this COVID-19 virus out there that's actually causing problems, causing more deaths, and there's a lot of people that feel like it's unconstitutional and it's hindering on their rights as a human being, and they shouldn't have to wear masks because it's their right. You know, of course, us Americans, we are very well against somebody telling us what to do and how to do it, because we just don't like it. You know, other countries probably don't have that much of a problem when it comes time for other, like mayors or governors or presidents or whatever, who, you know, mandate something that would be detrimental to your health and say, look, you either wear the mask or not, you know. But in any case, I know as far as North Carolina goes, there's a lot of issues going on well beyond the COVID-19 era, as far as, you know, riots and protesting about Black Lives Matter. And I don't want to get too much in depth with that, because I want to talk about specifically the thing at hand, and that's masks, and how much of a detriment we might feel like there is. Because some of us do feel like, you know, for the common masks, the N95s, this one here I did a little adapting. I did my own adapting to it, because I took some print of Tasmanian Devil and I put that on there. And I've worn this several times at work, because I just rinsed it out and I cleaned it out and let it dry. But it has these straps there. I know a lot of them out there, people don't like them because the straps get to be an annoyance. And they kind of rub your ear raw. Or and, you know, like a lot of friends, I say, you know, it becomes kind of raw and irritating, because you're putting it on and you're having to go through all this and have this here in their neck and everything. And you, well, especially when you're involving in work and you can't breathe. And so when you're breathing, all you're doing is breathing your own air, and all that heat is just hitting up against your face. But they say that wearing a mask is helping against keeping those from infecting you versus others, and you infecting others if you actually have it. But in any event, as far as the mask goes, I managed to take some time, and I went onto YouTube just out of curiosity to see how other kinds of masks are out there. And I got to thinking about, hey, what if they came up with a strapless mask? That I'm pretty sure that they did, because you know what? I did. I went out and checked like about half a dozen different videos. And all in all, there were some pretty interesting ones out there. One that really, a couple of them that got my attention, and I want to show you. This here was a water bottle, as you can tell, and a guy that did a video on it, basically all he did was cut the top off and the bottom with a pair of scissors, and he took this here and he put this against the face as a face mask, as you can see. But you see, it's, I don't know if it's doing very well. Sure, it's preventing some stuff from coming directly into your face. You say, like, if you spit, or if somebody spits at you, the particulates are still going to get there, because you're inhaling. So it's still going to go around and into your mouth. So this, in essence, is not really worth anything. Just out of curiosity, I took the top part of that water bottle, and I took it because you know how crazy some of those videos out there, how people come up with different ideas. But I thought about it, and I was like, well, let me try this out anyway. I know it's going to be kind of scratching my face. And I thought, well, you could take this like this, because I know it's not really covering your nose, so it's not really effective in that course. But if you need to breathe, you just unscrew the cap and you're able to breathe. Okay? You want to cut right up again, you just screw the cap back on. Okay. But in any event, those are some of the silly ones that I've seen out there. But as far as masks in general, I know a lot of us out there are being very creative and everything, and buying masks out there online. And as they've been saying, there's a lot of companies out there are fraudulent, because they're trying to get your money and using COVID-19 as a means of getting to your wallet. So be very vigilant and careful, and do your research and checking these companies out, because they're not interested in your well-being. They're interested in filling their pockets, plain and simple. Now these old ones here, like these bandanas here, sure, they're old. If anything at all worse comes to shove, they've used these for many, many years. Bank robbers used them, robbers used them, muggers used them, COVID-19 people used them. And you stick them like that, you tie it in there, and voila. I seen a bunch of these over at Walmart, people, guest customers in there, they're going like that. But in any event, and there's also scarves. But in any event, you know, not that I mentioned it, I've gone to Walmart, the one over in Cameron, and I know with the COVID-19 and everything, a lot of the stores that are telling you that they need to wear masks, and they mandate it because they don't let customers in unless they're wearing a mask. And they can turn you away if they really want to because it's their business. But in any event, I went to the Cameron Walmart, and 99% of the people that I saw in there, I didn't see anybody not wearing a mask, and which was a surprise to me because I've gone to the other Spring Lake, which is just 10 minutes down the road, and every other Joe Blow is not wearing one. So it's like, okay, whatever. It's just defeating the purpose, because if something actually goes out there and that person, and I've seen people actually sneeze. Now, I have allergies, okay? So I'm going to sneeze because I've just been out there giving hay to the goats. But in any event, I wanted to try something different. This is a regular N95 mask, and what I did was I took off the straps because, like I said, they're really, really annoying. But what if some companies out there, which I'm sure some have, actually produce, aside from the videos that you see on YouTube, because some of them are really corny, they have the generalized idea. And I saw one where this lady, she took a mask, more or less, and she put masking tape all the way around. And she has tape, and she taped her face across here. It went through this whole process of covering her face. I thought she was doing paper mache, actually. And then she finally went like this, and it stuck. Well, you know, I got to thinking, I said, well, you know what? I took the straps off of that mask. This is a regular N95, like I said. I took the straps off where the straps were located at here, here, and here, and here. And what I did was I took double-sided tape. Voila. Bingo. Okay? Sure. Now, I know that it's ineffective because it does actually work, and I'm able to talk and everything like that. At the end of the day, sure, as long as you don't touch it. Because the reason being, because like I said, these straps, these tape, okay, they're pretty good double-sided tapes, so you got to be really careful. But in any event, if you want to use them again, you just clean off the mask and whatever. The double-sided tape is probably not going to be that very effective after a while, because eventually the tape does wear off. And for those of you that actually wear makeup, it probably might not be a good thing, because, you know, if you're caking it on pretty bad, this tape is not going to hold, okay? It's just going to be like, and it's going to fall off. But in any event, if you got that natural look on your face and you're not wearing any makeup, like I'm not, because I'm a guy anyway, it's just going to stick on really well. And so for those of you that really want to go that route and actually use double-sided tape, that probably would be very effective, because it does cover up those 4 points on your face, you know, and it has that nose bridge there that's actually adjustable, which is actually like a piece of aluminum or foil or tin, whatever, that's shapeable to your nose. But like they say for the CDC, they say once you use these, you can probably use them a couple times. But what you don't want to do is touch this right here. What you basically want to do is you just want to pull it from underneath or above, and make sure that you clean it well before you reuse it, because what you're doing, if you do use it over and over again, all you're doing is contaminating yourself, and it's being very ineffective. But all in all, well, like I was saying, oh, and the last thing before I go, I know some of you that use thermometers. The thermometers are very effective because what they do, because I noticed at my work we start using them because they're using it to check your temperature in your forehead, which is Fahrenheit, not Celsius, Fahrenheit. Check your temperature. And this one here, I've had it for a long time, and it's very effective because I use it for my paranormal investigations that I did several years. And this one has a laser reading on it, so you want to make sure that you're not necessarily, if it has a laser beam, you want to turn it off so it's not using the beam, so it doesn't actually point to somebody's face, because, you know, you can't tell what you're doing is you want to make sure that you're hitting it right here. You don't want to be aiming here where it's going to be affecting their eyesight, because this does emit radiation, but it's only because it has the infrared lens light on it. You can operate this without the light, the laser light, because it's for other purposes I can use it. You can tell this is actually up to 100 feet, but it also does 20 feet, 75 feet, and 100 feet, but also can do up to 5 feet. But like I said, you can check somebody's temperature just aiming at the forehead. Even if I want to, I could just check my body temperature in itself and aim it right here. For example, my body temperature right now is 97.5, which is okay. All right. So in essence, that's how things work for as far as masks go. If anybody has any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know. Like on the like button, subscribe to my channel. You know that every now and then I'll do another YouTube based on whatever subject that ever comes up into my head, you know, thoughts and ideas, and I'll put it out there for everybody to share with everybody. And I hope that everybody is smart enough to wear a mask when you're going out and amongst everybody. Stay social distance of 6 feet or more, and please be safe, okay? Until next time, thank you. Good night.